Okay, you go here, you go. No, wait, this first, and then this, and then that. There we go. Alright. Where is everyone? Chat. You know, all those people who said chat is a fourth person pronoun are wrong for all the normal reasons, but they're even more wrong because chat is a zeroth person pronoun because none of you are here. Oh, hi. Hooray. Okay, so let's play the game. Our machine stopped working years ago. Not just ours, everyone's. Our computers, our appliances, everything. No one knows why. Entire cities ground to a halt. I wasn't even born when it happened. All I can remember were the distant dark cities hidden in smog. So, here we are. Building everything from scratch, putting the pieces in the right places. My radio crackles to life. We should be nearly there. Do you see it? Hold on. Yeah, I think I do. Wow, it's in quite a state. That's where you come in. That farm's your home now, and it needs some fixin'. Guess I should settle down and get started. Yes, you're gonna be alone for now, but hopefully not for long. Go forth. Rebuild. Rebuild, that's another good game. I don't want to stream it, but it's good. It's a solid series. And yeah, it is very Oklahoma. Also, how is audio and everything? Does that sound okay? There is music, by the way, so if you're not hearing the music, that's a problem. Hey, it's me, Miriam. All settled in? Well, yeah, but I'm still not sure why I'm here. Okay, that's fine. Our scouts found the farm you're at right now some weeks ago, so we sent you out. As you can see, it's in a state of disrepair and you need to get it back up and running again. With it running, we'll have 2 more farms. We'll have more food, more space for our community. Music is quiet, you say. Well, we can resolve that. I might have tell me if I've overdone it. Okay. And how do I do that? All the machines on their farm are gonna need to have their internal electronics rewired. That's your job now. We sent you out with your own personal modular rewiring system. With it, you can design circuits that'll emulate the behavior of the broken components within the machines. You're gonna hack and repair these machines so we can get this farm up and running again. With it, we can produce more food and support more people. Okay, sure, I think I get that. Good. First things first, we'll need to recalibrate your modular rewiring system. It might have gotten knocked about on your journey to the farm. Ready to begin? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Diagnostics test to verify the signal pipeline works. Connect source 1 to both out 1 and out 2. Oh my god. This is your job. Rewire the circuits to repair the machine. Start with the given source signals, transform them, send them to the out sockets. This brief describes your objectives. For this circuit, you have to send the source 1 signal to both out 1 and out 2 signals. Use modules to transform signals, connect them with cables, click and drag on sockets to create cables. Oh fuck, it might not be. Shit. Why is this... Hang on. Can you Google for me? Okay, try it now. Connect source 1 to the split input. Okay, great. Can you let me do that? Oh, like that. Okay. Split takes in one input signal and duplicates to multiple output signals. Complete the circuit. Yada, yada, yada. Then press play. And then we... wait for that. Oh, I was thinking you were talking about the music. Barb. Anyway, this is not good enough. We need to continue editing. We need to make the wire routing more efficient. What? That's not as efficient as you can get more efficient? Hang on. Hang on. What would be more efficient? That's definitely not more efficient. 132, 9 and 10. 126, 15 and 15. Okay. Oh wait, maybe if we put you up top and we did this instead. 27, 25, 126. No, not at all. How could we improve this? Because we can't move... oh, well, there you go. Yep. Thanks, Diffusion. I don't know. Wait, are we even friends on Steam? Yay! I don't think we're friends on Steam. Excellent, your system works perfectly. You're ready to begin. So what now? Start cataloging the machinery on site. Start with the simpler ones. Alright, I'll do my best. Also, I have played this game before. I played the demo, which is the first few levels, I think. But that was also like years ago. So what's the end game here? Why are we repairing this farm? We already have our current one and it's giving us enough food. Well, we will have surplus food and more space for our community for one. But I think we can do more than that. More. It's too early, I think, to talk about that at this juncture. Not everyone here agrees with me on the plan, not yet at least. Okay, you can tell me when you're ready. Right. I guess the first thing to work on would be the on-site power generator. Good plan. That looks like an Ellis Agritech generator. Should be easy enough to rewire. What's Ellis Agritech? A corporation from the old world. Probably the biggest manufacturer of agricultural equipment. Rare is the farm without any Ellis Agritech machinery. Okay, split takes in 1 and puts it in 4. And then we can add those up, and we want to triple it. So we can just do this, and then... oh, we can't move it. We can't move that one either. What the hell? Where's play? I really like the sound design on this. What? You can do that better? I don't care. I am intrigued as to how that would be possible. But apparently you can do it in, like, 60 better. Neat. Worst, 144 minutes and 57 seconds. I don't know that the time taken is the worst time taken is a reasonable metric here. Good job. I suspect you'll have a lot more Ellis equipment to deal with on your farm. Is that a problem? No, not really. It's just Ellis Agritech is a name with historical baggage, shall we say. Care to explain further? It's not my story to tell. Okay. Barb, you were plugging in analog circuits into each other? Getting the hang of it? Yeah, I would say so. Great, now that the generator's up and running, it's time to route power up to the various power lines with the circuit breaker. Alright. Alright, so out 1 gets +5, and out 2 gets divided by 2. And we got some more modules. An attenuator. We can delete you, oh my god. And we can adjust bias. Okay, and when it says rotate, it means up or down. More or less. And we can also use our friend, the keyboard. Yep, and we have I/O panels, yep. And everything's between plus or minus 100. Okay, you can do this. And shove you over there, and you over there. Do this. This would definitely be less if, might be less space if I did it differently, but I also don't really care. If I put this stuff on the bottom, but I want to keep it separate. I also kind of want to get to messing with the colors at some point, but oh, I messed up. How did I mess you up? Okay, so 0 is 0 as it should be. But I'm outputting 0 for everything. Which definitely isn't what should be happening. What? Okay, let's step forward. Right, you're 6, you're 6. Oh, that's because it's minus 50%. I need plus 50%. Bleh. What is... There we go. Excellent. The generator is now able to efficiently route power to whatever systems are in need of it. Time for the next step. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Time to get the farmhouse lights on. Lighting circuitry isn't too complicated. Some voltage levels will have to be altered to prevent blowing the lights out. Alright, let's start. Alright, we got some convenience functions. Yes. We got some colors. We got hints. We got oscilloscopes. Okay. Output 1 is source 1 plus source 2. And output 2 is source 2 minus source 1. I'm trying to think if there's like a silly, fancy way I can do this. We're like, no, that wouldn't work. No. I mean, there might be. There might be, but I don't think so. Okay, so what we're gonna do is a bit of this. Alright, so now we can use our colors. So we'll use green for source 1. So you'll go source 2 minus source 1. So you'll go here and here. And then we will use blue, no, let's use yellow for source 2. And then we'll put source 2 into here also. Multiply source 2 by -1. And toss that in here. And you will actually be very dark because you're in the negative. And then we can just take our 2 outputs and toss them in. That's what we call winning. I love subtraction. Wait, you can do it in 3 modules? Hang on. Hang on. You can do it in 3 modules. Do it in 3 modules. How would that work? By constant. Where is she? She's right here. Pat, 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 pat. Okay, so how would this work? How else could we do that? Three modules sounds absurd, right? Well, the problem is that we need to have them, like, we need to have a source 2 that is summed and a source 2 that's differented. Subtracted. So we could... Okay. No, it still doesn't work. Those together, but then we lose information. What I'm thinking is, like, we could get rid of this one and like subtract 2 of these instead. But then we still need to duplicate this guy, so it doesn't help. We also can't invert harder than this. We take invert you, maybe? there a way we can do it with the multi-summing? I have no idea. How would you do this with 3? I don't see how it's possible. Okay, can I just say that I've done it and I'm done? Is there no way to do that besides actually just running through again? Excellent. With the lights on, you should be able to get work done even at night. Wait, hang on. This wasn't in my contract? No, of course not. I leave that choice up to you. But the sooner you get equipment up and running, the sooner we can send people to help you run the place. My contract... Some of these modules are going to need new modules. Some of these machines are going to need new modules added to your rewiring system. I'll let Gordon deliver them to you when the time comes. Gordon? You met him before heading out. I'll let him introduce himself later. Okay. A VCA? Gordon? Hi, Gordon. Hello, it's me, Gordon Lee. We met briefly before you departed headquarters. I issued you your modular rewiring system. Right, I remember. I sent a delivery drone over to you with some new modules last night. Did you get it? Yes, you woke me up. Thank you very much. I apologize. Just thought you might want the new modules fresh out of the workshop. The new modules? These are voltage-controlled amplifiers, VCAs. Are you familiar with them? Voltage-controlled amplifier sounds like it's multiplying things. I bet it multiplies things. Yep, I can guess that it means multiplies, so yeah. Awesome. These are pretty bog-standard VCAs, so you should feel right at home with them. Let's do a quick test with these. Alright, I'll go get started. Alright, out one is specified. Yep, okay, so we just multiply them. We do a little multiply. Two. And by that I mean... No! No! Okay, good. Easy. Yay! Who used 16 modules? Who took 10.5 hours and used 16 modules? Great job, you're a natural at this. Yeah, I mean, you just asked me to multiply things. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We've only just started, but you... Huh? Hey, just heard from Gordon. Good work. You're well on your way to getting that farm back to its usual glory. Thanks. Hey, Gordon. Hey, this girl can multiply with the calculator. More lights to jumpstart. The barn lights are a bit more complicated. They have variable intensity controls for when the horses get grumpy, I guess. Alright, sounds cool. Alright, source 1 to out 1, but boosted. Boosted by 50%. Source 1 to out 2, but boosted by percentage specified by source 2. Okay, seems simple enough. We can add a breakpoint. Oh my god. And we can remove breakpoints. Oh my god, this seems very simple actually. I think I can just do this. Probably not optimally, but... okay, so we want a VCA and an attenuator and 2 sums. Alright, so let's go back to our color convention. One is green. Green will go here and here and here. you will be a 15%, 50% attenuation, and so then you'll go there, whereas you will continue coming in here. That will be our output 1. And then this one will be our source 2 coming down here. And boosted by means that we will want whatever you are to also get here. Cool. Simple enough. Tutorial done. Yay. I wonder how few can you do this with if you're good. Oh. Okay, mine was pretty much optimal. I just didn't bother caring about the cable length. Neat. Great job. If we find any horses, I know where to bring them now. What's a horse? Wait, you're kidding, right? I know you were born after the collapse, but horses aren't extinct. Yeah, I am kidding. Oh, thank God, you were making me feel old. Mission accomplished. Firmware. Before we proceed any further, we need to repair the workshop's firmware programmer. Vital piece of kit for burning firmware in some of your more advanced modules. It's digital and operates with binary signals. VCA is still useful though. You can use it like a gate. Got it. Yep, love me a good gate. Alright, binary signal. When it's 100, send source 1 in. Otherwise, send source 2. And it'll always... And this guy will always be 100 or 0, so we can just multiply him. Yay! Yay! And we can shove you over here. There you go, simple enough. The real challenge with using VCAs as gates in this way is generating the CV signals. You need to generate a signal value that's 100 when you want it, and 0 it every other time and nothing in between. Can't wait. The power regulator on the firmware programmer is a bit more complicated. It's a dual transistor circuit, so you need to check the binary values of 2 different signals. Alright, that sounds fun. Source 2 and 3 are binary. When they're both at 100 volts, send source 1 to out 1, otherwise send 0 volts. You're telling me I'll need 2 different VCAs? What? What? So many. I do think that the signal length thing was not actually a good idea. Or like the wire length thing, just because it forces a really annoying kind of optimization. Nice work. I think you understand VCAs pretty well now. Thanks. Excellent. Now that the firmware programmer is working, we can get the logic modules working and give him a test. Logic modules? Oh, you know, or, and, not. Oh, okay. Yep, so you should be able to get started. Right. Alright, so if 1 and 2... Okay, so we got an and, we got an or, and we got a nan. Is that a NAND or a not? Both at 0. Okay, so we got an and, we got an or, and we got a not. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say this is hard, but then it apparently it's not. We can just toss it in there. All right, so let's do this and then we can make you Nor. All right, simple enough. Oh, damn it. We need both of you. Nope. Clip in. I know I'm abandoning my own conventions, but whatever. Okay, you can go there. Or it can go there, and then this and can go there. Okay, I messed something up, definitely. If they're both... Oh, right, I need a Nor, not a NAND. Dang it. I forgot De Morgan's. Why does space not stop? Game. Alright, should be simple enough. We just need to make you go here, and you go here. Logic modules are really powerful. You're not just doing basic math now, you can change how signals flow with logic. In what way is that more powerful? You'll see soon enough. Right. What is with these people and not explaining shit? So here we're gonna need min and max modules. I can guess what min and max do. It sounds like they min and they max. Alright, out 1 gets the greatest and out 2 gets the smallest. Okay, but yes, we only have 2 options. So what we'll need to do is double up everything. Oh, that's miserable. Alright, we can at least make it a little simpler, coloring-wise, maybe, by tossing these, like, over here. Alright, so green for source 1, which will go here, and here. Say yellow for source 2, which will go here, and here. And then we can say light blue for source 3, which will go here, and here. And I'm aware I could be doing this more efficiently, I don't really care. Right, max will be the output 1, and min will be output 2. Alright, you got it. Anyway, enough hand-holding. Let's try more complex circuits. Hell yeah. That's the spirit. :D. Irrigation. I trust Gordon has done his job well. You should be decently familiar with how VCAs and logic modules work now. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of things. Good. We can now move on to the next step. We need to prepare the crop fields for planting. That'll require a functioning irrigation system. And how do we fix that? The first component is a central pump. It provides a very precise rate of flow of water. You'll need to regulate the flow using the given control signals. Combine the concepts you've learned so far, VCA gating and logic. Alright. When 2 and 3 are ANDed, we send out source 1. When they're ORed, we want to send the opposite of source 1. And if they're both at 0, send 0. Okay. So what we're gonna want to do definitely is take the order we subtracted. That work? Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're gonna want to use 2 and 3 multiple times. We're gonna take, and then we're gonna take the and the or from both 2 and 3. We are going to attenuate the or by negative 100%. No, I will need to do something about the fact that and should override or. So like this will work just for getting me the or. And I need to do something about that and. We might need something very complicated to make this work. Alright, we can do something with a sum. Let's do something with a sum. Oh, that's very silly. I like that. Okay. Okay, I like that a lot. And I'll just toss another attenuator at the end. This might not work because it'll round, but let's see what happens. Let's see it get mad at me for rounding before we get mad at ourselves for rounding. Okay, so you'll go there. We will have source 2 go here. And into both the and the or. We'll have source 3 go into both the and the or. We will have the or get attenuated and added to what the and does. That will be what we multiply by, and then we will multiply the entire thing by 2. I can't multiply by 2. And then we will sum, but we will use 2 more modules, making this much less efficient than I thought it would be. That's getting 0 a lot more times than it should. It appears to be working for and not for or for some reason. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we look here. Okay, so we have our or. It becomes negative that. Does my VCA not let me multiply by negative numbers? From 0 to 100. Oh, it was so clever. My idea was so clever. It wouldn't have worked anyway because of rounding, but it was so clever. Meh. Okay, let's just delete everything. Okay. So what we can do is we don't want to subtract. I'm so annoyed by that. It should have worked. Okay, so let's just get 2 copies of output 1. One that's attenuated and one that's not. Or one that's inverted and one that's not. Okay? So then what we can do is we want to what we want to do is disable the OR if we have the AND. We want to kind of make an XOR type thing. I guess I could do OR and not AND. It sounds horrible though. Let's see, what else could we do? We could... Because will need an OR and we will need an AND, no matter what. If we take our OR, and what if we just actually go back to what I had before? Maybe that was salvageable. Okay, Control-Z only works exactly once. That's tragic. Okay, so if we take that, if we take what we had before, we take our OR, and then our OR, rather than trying to multiply by a negative, if we just multiply by our OR, right? Multiply that by -1/2, and then add, and then double it. All right, so yeah, just copying pretty much what we had before that I assumed wouldn't work because I wasn't I mean, it probably still won't work for the same like rounding issue, but we can at least give it a shot. All right, so we'll want you here and here and here. No, I don't like this. You should be above. And you can be here and here and here. That is more annoying, but we can still... So we'll need to multiply twice. That's what I was trying to avoid, was multiplying twice. We might need to... No, we can just decide whether to attenuate, right? We can... No, that'll mean multiplying the attenuator. So that is multiplying twice. We will need 2 of these. There's got to be a way to do it without, but I can't figure it out right now. Okay. Okay, so then we can take you, invert, add, multiply. That's not how you multiply. This is how you multiply by 2. Alright, this is definitely a mess. There's definitely like a much better way to do this, I'm sure. But this is what we're going with. No, you're getting a different color. Let's finish up by taking this one, though. You're getting there, and then we will use like this guy. Okay, so this will work, except you need to be you're negative that much. Okay. No, not delete all modules. Why is that even a hotkey? All of these are even. Did they make it even because that's the only way to do it? How many can you use? Like 5 or something? Oh, 10. Okay, so I was very close. This is actually very close. There's a way to do it with 1 less module and 2 more cables. And 2 fewer cables. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with that then. Alright, so let's look at how this works, right? So we have our AND is red, and our OR is like dark blue. So our OR, so the value we get from multiplying the OR becomes multiplied by -1/2. So if the OR is active, that means that we're getting -1/2 of our input. If the AND is active, and remember that the AND will only ever be active when the OR is already active, then we're just going to add our original to it. So we will have our OR brings us to -1/2. Our AND, when it's active, adds 1 to that. So we're either going to be -1/2 if we have OR but not AND, or +1/2 if we have just AND. And so then from there, we use our split and our sum to double our value and get to our output. Excellent work. Thanks. Can you hear the water flowing through the pump? That's the sound of life right there. What do you mean, well, technically? Well, technically, yes, water isn't alive, but all life begins as the potential for life. That sound you hear, that's the potential. Also, there's probably algae in that water. Alright, irrigation distribution circuit. Now that the pump is working, you need to rebuild the distribution circuit. The circuit takes the water flow and distributes it to the different irrigation channels. Right, source 1 is an input, source 2 and 3 are CVs for 2 separate VCAs that control the intensity. If source 1's intensity is higher via source 2, then just wait. So for 2 separate VCAs that control, is this not just what? I'm so confused. What is going on here? If source 1's intensity is higher when controlled by 2, send 1 controlled by 2, or I send 1 controlled by 3. Oh. Okay, I thought it was going to be super simple, but no, we do have negatives. Okay, because it could have been super simple without the negatives. But no negatives, which means we do need to split. And we do need to end with a max. And have our 2 VCAs. Wait a second. My other solution would have worked then. I just needed to switch which one was the VCA. God damn it. freaking had the solution. I'm gonna look at that one again. Good work. The irrigation system's nearly up and running. Okay, let's look back here. And edit this one. And if we look at all of our inputs, all of these are non-negative, so we can use U as our... Okay. Alright, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. So we're basically just going to do exactly what we had before, except this is going to be our input into the VCA instead. And we don't need to duplicate U. We can just... Okay, there's something wrong here because I removed 2, and I know that I can only remove 1. Let's try it and see what's wrong first. Ah, well, I haven't connected you. That'll be a problem. I need to actually connect both of you. Ah, okay, yeah, that was the issue. Figured out the issue. I just needed to move all of you and actually... Yeah, no, I just need to... Wait, no, I have that. I just need to put you into the sum. Hang on. So you can go through there. That's our and our or can just get tossed in via here. Yeah, there we go. No, there we don't. What, huh? Oh, okay, we did get negatives. Never mind. There were negatives. Ugh, it was so close to working. Why must there be negative numbers? Why can't my VCA deal with negative numbers? This is the last step for the irrigation system. This circuit is a central irrigation controller. It receives the signals from the main pump and the sensors and controls the water flow. Alright, cool. We gotta focus on what's happening now, not the future. Come on, fuck the future. Now, when the signal from source 1 is more than 25, output 1 gets 100 volts. Otherwise it gets 0. Okay, so you just need to just multiply by 4. Output 2 is the value of source 1 after it's been decreased by 25. And if it's been decreased by 25, then output 2 gets 100. Okay, how would we make... Okay, so then we're gonna take source 1 minus 25, and then I guess multiply it by what, though? Alright, let's try and mess with this a bit. So output 1 is easy, right? It's more than 25. It becomes 100. So we're just gonna take... Oh, wait, no, we can just use output 1 to help us out. Alright, cool. So we're gonna need 2 splits to make this work. But we can start by getting... this part. There's output 1. No. Wait, we need to do something about if you're less than 100. This doesn't actually work, but it's fine. Oh, no, hang on. Wait, I want you to do that. I don't want that. I want a VCA. Oh, no, this will actually be fine then, because of our good old friend negative numbers. All right, so let's just check this one. Before we worry about output 2, let's just check that this works for output 1. It's not working for output 1. Why did I make you negative 1? Wait, hang on. Why did I think any of that would... What? What? What was my thought process here? Okay, ignore this. Let's ignore all of this. We definitely need to have a minus 25. Okay, we need to have U minus 25 somehow. So let's think about that. So what can we do with U minus 25? If we take U and... So what we want is something that'll let us get 100 if it's positive and 0 if it's not. Is there some way we can do that? If both inputs are more than 0 volts, 100 volts is output. Cool. We don't need those. Alright, so this should work for output 1. Let's check that. Great, it did work for output 1. So then for output 2, otherwise it gets this value. Okay, so we can just add those together. So you'll need 2 splits, which is annoying. There's got to be a more efficient way to do this, but it's pretty simple. We will just shove you over here instead. Put you in there. And you into the sum. And we will take you. So you go in there, you go in there, and you go in there, and you go in there. Simple enough. Alright, how few modules can you get that in? Okay, 1 less. You can do it in 1 less. It's really annoying to leave the menu after you have it, so it's not going to bother about optimization. Good, things are starting to come together. Alright, what's the next step then? I'm sending you the specs now. Radio broadcast system. For the next step, I'm going to need you to calibrate the farm's radio broadcast system. What for? You're going to need it for communications. To communicate with who? I can already talk to you. I'll explain soon. Start work on the broadcast system first. Okay. Alright, source 1 is a random signal with occasional voltage spikes. I need to filter out voltage spikes that are greater than 75 volts. Okay. 75 multiplied by -1. Okay, what I'm thinking of sucks. It's terrible. I'm doing it anyway. We're gonna minus 75. Nope, it doesn't suck and it's terrible. It just does not work. Okay. Okay, so we can minus 70. I mean, okay, fine, it does work. It just wasn't quite as clean as I wanted it to be. But we'll minus 75. We'll throw it in an ore. And we just need to do that split, and then we can VCA. Cool. You go in here, you go in here. We will take... Oh, you will also go in here. And now you will go in here. And there. And our output goes to the output. Simple as. No, not simple. Not simple as. Oh no. Oh, right. I needed a knot on you. Not an ore. Simple as. Simple as. Miriam, with all due respect, that is a terrible idea. We're just going to attract trouble. What's going on? Do you think everyone out there just wants to hurt us? That's oddly cynical of you, Gordon. I'm being realistic. We managed to survive so far because of our discretion. This is dangerous. What are y'all talking about? That's the point. All we've done is survive. We need to do more than that. We need to thrive. I can't believe this. He'll come around. Wait, what is going on? Why can't you just talk to me? You're so meanies. I'm sorry you had to hear all of that, sweetie. I'll explain in a bit. Mommy and Daddy were just having an argument. I'm sending you the specs for the next circuit now. Sorry you had to hear all. God, you're really treating this programmer like a child. As all programmers should be treated. Optional? Radio amplification circuit. While you're working on the broadcast system, you could improve the amplification circuit. This one's optional, strictly speaking, but it does make the signal cleaner. Will you explain to me what that argument's about now? I will, but give me time, I'm still arguing. Oh, fuck you. Alright, now we're gonna distribute our signals from source 1 to out 1 and out 2. If it's LEC 40, then out 1 gets source 1 and out 2 gets 0. If it's greater than 40, then out 1 gets 40 and out 2 gets source 1 minus 40. Okay. So we really just need to subtract 40 and then do some annoying like switching and logic and stuff. Source 1 and out 2 gets nothing. Alright, so we are going to need to retain this, yes. And we're going to need to subtract 40. And then we can push that into just an OR. And then we'll need to copy you. We will need a sum for both of our two outputs. Oh, we'll need to copy you first, hang on. So this is we can make that a little bit clearer. But then yes, so you're gonna go in, and out one gets 40. Nice. Is there a way we can just do minus 40? Take our ore and subtract 60. No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. But okay. Alright, so output 2 is either gonna get source minus 40 or it's going to get nothing. So that means we're going to need to invert this if it's not. I don't have an attenuator. Why don't I have an attenuator? Okay. Alright, so this will not work then. We will need to VCA it instead. We will VCA it by the output of this. If you are more than 40, we will want you to be this value. Okay, so we can have blue for this. Alright, and then we can just check on this guy, make sure it's working before we do anything drastic about looking at output 1. Alright. Not what I wanted. Okay. Alright, so we have our if source 1 is lec 40. That's you. And we want to either get source 1 or 40. Oh, well then we don't need you, actually. And we don't need you, even, actually. It's more than 40. Yeah, because I just need a 40 output and a min. Do I have a min? I don't have a fucking min. Game, why would you give me the modules if I can't use them? Okay, undo. I can't undo more than once. Why can't I undo more than once? But okay. Alright, so if source 1 is more than 40, then we need to actually just output 40. So we need to have a 40 available to output anyway. Cool. Otherwise, we're just going to get this. So we're going to take this 40 and we're going to mully you. Alrighty. Yes, we're going to take this color, put you in there. Actually, want you to be like green. And then our... Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's good. So then we'll need to bring in... I'll also need to multiply you by the knot of the ore. Great. This feels very inefficient. But it works. I'm definitely at least like 3 modules over budget with this one. There's no way this is right. Even close to right. Five modules over budget, goddamn. Hello? Never mind. Min and max redesign. Hey, one of our engineers came up with this design for making spare min and max modules in case you don't have enough. You'll have to complete the design, though, if you have time. Are you and Miriam still arguing? No, there's not much point. We can't convince each other, but she's our leader, it's her call. If you say so. Alright, build a min and a max. At each time step, compare them. Send higher to out 1 and lower to out 2. Okay, so I better have my attenuator this time. I better have... There, thank you. Okay, so what we can do is... basically what we just did. It's almost exactly the same thing. Okay. So we're going to take this and this and this. And then we're going to have 2 of these. Alright, so your source 1 is going to go into here. Source 2 is going to go into here. Oh, right, I'll need both of these also. Great. Great, great, great. So here, here, and we're going to attenuate source 2. So if source 2 is greater than the not is what will work. Okay, great. Yep, that's good. That's what we wanted. Source 1, you're going to do this, and then we'll need a sum to push into that OR. You'll be negative 100%. That'll go in there. We'll use that in here and in here. And then that'll get our 2 values. Either we'll need to add them together. Yep, either you're that one or you're this one. And whichever one you end up... Oh, come on, you're kidding. This sucks. Do I really need to double this? It's terrible. I hate that. Oh, more than double it. I need to push those there and there. I mean, the thing is, this will work, so I'm okay with it. But okay, so I actually want to switch you based on how I'm doing things so that you actually do this. You do this. You do this. You do this. We have this guy over here. This is terrible color conventions, but I don't care. I switched it, so you're gonna be there and you're gonna be here. Okay, alright, and then I just need to get my split after this knot. These are terrible color conventions. I'm leaving them in, though. Did I switch them? I think I switched them. No. I did not merely switch them. I did something worse. Why are you not multiplying anything? Why are you used 3 times? Why are you multiplying that one both times? What are you doing? Okay, let's try looking at this and seeing what's going on. Alright, so we have 1 and 22. I'm getting a 1. Wait. Oh. My god. I'm just really messing this up. My bad wiring. Because it's the colors were what bit me. The colors were very clearly what bit me. And I knew that would happen, but I left it in anyway. Also, this is a terrible design. Absolutely awful. I hate it. It's not that much worse, but oh boy do I hate this. Nice work. Sometimes implementing the behavior of a module from scratch really helps you understand the nuances of a module. It's a min and a max, girl. What nuances? Min gives you the min and max gives you the max. Right, I suppose you deserve some sort of explanation. I'm wiring it together, of course I do. When we sent you out to reclaim your farm, it wasn't just to provide more food and housing for the people we already have. After all, we already have enough. The farm you're reclaiming has a second-generation Ellis Agritech solar-powered radio broadcast system, far more powerful than the one we have on our old home farm. I want to use it to send out a broadcast. To who? To everyone. Everyone in our vicinity, survivors living on their own, distant communities, anyone who needs a home, or even just a friend, and also a location to beckon all who might want to join us or just trade to come. I want more than just survival. I want for us, all of us, to thrive, to rebuild, to revive our societies, our cities, our civilization. And we can't do that just farming, eating, and sleeping over and over. Eating and sleeping. Fucking Sahil Kumbhakarna in a moment. And why does Gordon object to this? He has his own reasons. You'll have to speak to him about that. He believes we'll attract enemies rather than friends. I think it's a risk worth taking. But it's your call, right? Yes, and also my responsibility. So what now? We continue working. The broadcast system's clocking system is broken. Without it, it can't tune into the right broadcast frequencies. Time to fix it. We've sent you some clock modules. You'll need those. Got it. Ooh, clocks. Clocks, more like cocks. Okay. So we can take a clock. We'll need to toss it into a knot. And then we'll get another clock with interval 3. Okay. So you can go in here, and here, and here, and in here, and in here. Simple enough. Good work. Gordon will send you the next specifications. I expect he wants to share his opinion with you. Alright. Why are the others so antagonistic? A radio memory buffer. We never did tell you why Miriam appointed me lead engineer, did we? No, we didn't. I'm incredibly familiar with Ellis Agritech equipment. Pretty useful when working on farms filled with their stuff. There's a reason why I know their equipment needs to work for them. In the old world. Oh my god, really? You're so old. Yes, these machines you've been working on, I know so much about them because I helped build them. Why'd they all break at once? The truth is, I don't know. I wasn't executive level, so maybe these machines have secrets I don't know about. Maybe it was something outside the machines. It's a mystery to me too. And what was Ellis Agritech? The biggest manufacturer of agricultural equipment in the old world. There used to be so many companies like it. Then its founder, Eldon Ellis, came along and he swallowed them all. You know how he did it? Owned the entire market? How? Ellis's equipment was state-of-the-art, sure, and he priced them accordingly. The farmers couldn't afford it, but if they didn't have his equipment, their crop yields lost out to those that did have them. So Ellis gave them an offer. He'll rent out the equipment, and in return, he got a cut of their revenue. Of course, as time went on, the more equipment they had to loan, the more profits he got. He practically owned them. It was all just business to him, I guess. Well, if he didn't do it, someone else would have. The problem is clearly commodification of farming equipment. Yeah, exactly. So why do they break? I already asked this question. Game, please, be better. So what does this have to do with Miriam's plan? Because Eldon Ellis is still out there and he still has some employees with him. He promised them refuge from the chaos and they stayed. If we broadcast, he'll be listening and he's going to try and reclaim what he thinks is his. And that means our farms. Yes, so you can see why I think a public broadcast is a bad idea. But it's not my call. So what do I do? What Miriam wants. I hope she knows what she's doing. I hope so too. Yeah, next step is to fix the memory buffer so we can record a short message and loop it for the broadcast. Along with the clock modules, we send some sample and hold modules. You can use these as a replacement for the memory buffer. Alright. Route 1 receives memory buffered signals from source 1. At regular intervals, it's updated. Cool. Yeah. Sample and hold. It's memory, sampling and storing the input value when triggered. The stored value is sent to the output until a different value is sampled. Put to be sampled, and we have our gate, which we can clock upon. And we want to clock every 2. Okay, cool. Fucking Shrimple. It's done, the broadcast system's ready. What now? Now I'll record our message and you'll broadcast it. Are you ready to receive the recording? Yeah, send it over. Begin recording. Hello fellow survivors. I'm broadcasting from the abandoned farmstead north of the intersection of Highway I-451 and I-82. We are a community of survivors who have survived this new world through collaboration and cooperation with one another, and we'd like to invite you to join us. If you're out there, a lone wanderer just scraping by, find us. We have a home for you. End recording. Got it. Broadcasting now. Excellent. Thank you. Now what? We wait. If there's someone listening, they'll find you. But what if it's Ellis Agritech? Or bandits? Or Ellis Agritech bandits? Then we'll join you over there and help you defend. Don't worry, we'll be there for you if they come. Alright. In the meantime, there's still equipment in need of fixing. Sure. So much equipment. Tractor security system. Well, that's over. Hopefully nothing bad happens from the broadcast. Yep, hopefully. Yeah, we should get back to work repairing this farm. If we do get survivors joining us, we'd best be prepared. So what's next? The vehicles. We'll need them to till the fields for planting and for harvesting. We can start with the tractors. Turning them on requires a key code, but we can hack them. Alright. Alright, output 1 receives a clock signal with a period of 6. Output 2 receives buffered signals from source 1. Regular intervals, the buffered signal is updated to the latest signal from source 1. What? Oh, okay. Okay, I see what the trick is here. The trick is that our cock can't go up to 6. Hint, 3 times 2. I didn't ask for a hint. Alright, where's our and? And there's our sample that goes here. And there's our this that goes here. And there's our this that goes here. And I actually need to do this. And that, and that. I could color code genuinely, but meh. Why do they call it a sample hold and not like a latch? Or like a flip-flop, I guess, because it's clocked. There we go, tractor's up and running. There's some improvements you can make to it, though, if you're up to it. I'll take a look. Let's boost that tractor. Music? Well, here's a fun distraction. The tractor is a music player. Oh, nice. Yeah, go get it fixed and listen to some of those Fat beats. Fat beats? It's slang from the old... You know what, never mind. Make a drum beat. We have a kick drum, a hi-hat, and a snare drum. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna need a 2, a 4, and a couple knots. Right, there's our 2. There's our 4. We're going to need to... use you twice, get another knot. Okay, so our 4, once we have it, can just go straight in here to output number 1. I guess we don't just need a knot, we need like an and. Yeah, we need an and also. There's probably a cleaner way to do it, but I don't really care. Okay, so we're gonna take you, push you in there. You can have a different color. You're gonna take you, push you in there. You're gonna have a different color. And then we're also going to push you in here. So we have 2 and not 4. And that's going to be our output 3. Oh yeah, no, this is party rock. Oh cool, that was not optimal in cables, but optimal in modules for some reason. Probably what you can do is, instead of splitting each one, you can just use a separate clock. Yeah. Nice, send some recordings over when you have the chance. We're in desperate need of more music over here. I don't know, this doesn't have a music library. I just stuck some clocks. Doesn't matter, send us something, anything. Oh, alright. You can, like, get a musician, you know? You can have someone on the commune, like, doing the musics. This tractor was one of the things I worked on at Ellis Agritech back then. The gear switching system was never as efficient as I hoped it would be. What was it like working there? Like so many corporate jobs, not great. You feel caged in after a while. Look, I'd rather not talk about it. If you can get started on the switching system, why wasn't it as good as you wanted? According to Eldon Ellis, it was good enough. No need for further improvements. It didn't have to be the best, it just needed to be better than the competitors. We could always make the improved version later and sell it as new and improved. A day 1 patch? Yeah, I'll get started then. Alright, out 1 is an alternating signal of constant frequency. Out 2 alternates between 2 clock signals with different frequencies. Which clock signal to send out is decided by out 1. Okay. So we'll have a 2 and then a 2. And then, okay. So what are we gonna do here? So how will we stretch you out? Current value. Triggers received and stores in memory. Okay, let's try something. I don't think it'll work, but I want to give it a shot. Alright, so let's get a 4 o'clock. No. And let's have the input here coming from a knot like that. And we need to split you. Does that work? No, because we can have an infinite loop. Okay. There's some way that I can pause it. So I guess not. Okay. I guess if we could have like a 4 and an 8, then we might be able to do some. No, that doesn't make sense. We're alternating signal. How do we manage that with the tools that we have? I can use this to tell me when to switch, but I can't actually switch. Right, there's no way to wait for a little tick. And of course your minimum is going to be 1, right? Because it doesn't, or 2, because it doesn't make sense for you to be 1. How would this work? Because we actually don't have a way, like we need a way to time delayed switch, but we don't have anything that'll actually time delay. So we can put you in here, but then what'll we do? Like, what's the value of that? How are we gonna make it alternation? Because this isn't actually a buffer. If I can figure out how to get out 1, then we're good. But I need some way to do that. So how am I gonna make a signal of period 8 like that? Like, how am I going to make it alternate? Like, I need this somehow, but like, huh? No, that doesn't work. I don't have anything that can actually keep track of time. So how am I going to switch it exactly once? When it's time to switch? Because from its perspective, like, there's no difference. Yeah, I do not get this. So what we want is for the output of this to be 100. And then at this time step, you want to trigger it so that the output becomes 0. How would we trigger that? we trigger that? Huh? Maybe with like offset clocks somehow? That maybe that can work. Hang on. So if we have a 4 and a 2, we'll split the 4 and we'll do 4 and not 2. No, I mean sorry, 2 and not 4. And we'll have 2 of these, but you trigger on 4, and you trigger on the opposite of 4, and then you feed into a knot into you. And of course I'll need to actually access this. Does that work? It does! Oh my god, it does work! Holy shit. I just need that to come after the knot. And then we can... I would prefer to save on space than saving on wires, honestly. So let's bring you in here. I'm amazed at my genius, because I am so smart. Oh wait, then will I need... no. That's fine. We can just and or them, I guess. And. Oh no, I will need another. Oh, are you kidding me? It's awful. So you can go in here. And you can go in here. And you can go in here. And then we can just kind of take our guys. And then... throw them into an ore. Right over here. And I might need to swap them. Yeah, okay. I think I need to swap them. So that'll be you actually go there and you actually go there. That's right. That's right. I'm so smart. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's definitely a more efficient way to do that, but like, only barely. Hell yeah. Nice work, you just did my job for me. I'll send you an invoice. Great thing our entire monetary system collapsed together with the rest of civilization. Ah, damn shame. I can't send people invoices. What a tragedy. I'm so smart, oh my god. You've been doing good work so far. Most of the basic systems are up and running. From here, things will start to get more complicated. Oh, hell yeah. Excellent. We'll start with the harvester drones, one of the more sophisticated Alice Agrotech machines. No more manual harvesting. What do I need to do? I'll start with the pathfinding circuit in the drone. It takes data from the environment and finds the most efficient path to take. I've sent you a new module, a signal delay. Use it to add a time delay to a signal. You'll need a time delay to do numerical comparisons in this circuit. I could have used a time delay last time, but you know what? I figured out a way around it. For each time step, compare the current signal value at source 1 with the previous 2 values. Send the highest to out 1. There's no previous, assuming the previous is 0. Okay. Alrighty. So, this is an optional module. It's recommended only for advanced engineers experimenting with alternative circuits. Oh. Okay. Fine. Fine. We can just signal the delay. You can delay by 2, you can delay by 1. We can take this, throw you into there, and here, and here, and then do our double max routine. Wait. Yep. Take a look at your farm now. Look at the progress you've made. Looks out of window. Oh, yeah, look at that. What do you think? There's still so much left to do, though. Progress never ends. It wouldn't be progress if it did. Alright, time to continue work on the harvester drones. Their main processor board is still fried. We can start with the accumulator circuit. It's necessary for it to do arithmetic computations. Careful though, it's a tricky circuit to fix. I'll get right on it. Build an accumulator that counts starting from 0 and increases by 1 for each time step and sends it to output 1. Okay, that sounds simple. It counts starting from 0, increases by 1 each time step. Yep. Yep. We'll have you. We will have you. Delay of 1. You feed into here. I guess we'll just want to have this going into here, and then you get multiplexed. Okay, why am I just getting zeros? Because I'm not adding anything. And this time I used this when I wasn't supposed to. Or when I was supposed to do it here. No, where are you? You come out of here. You go in like that. And then you go in like that. Excellent work. Feedback loops like this are quite important to a lot of complex circuits. No doubt you'll be seeing more of them. Got it. I feel so clever about that feedback loop thing before. Like that, good stuff. Hey, one of our scout drones has detected movement near your farm. Movement? Yes, a group of people from the looks of it. You need to be alert. I told you, Miriam, you just put our friend's life in danger. Enough, we don't know who they are yet. So, what do? The radio broadcast system is a secondary function. It can be used as a radar system. Time to activate that function. It'll help you track the group's movements and prepare to respond to them accordingly. Okay? Emit a decaying signal to output 1. Decaying signal reduces by a fixed time step of what source 2 is, until it reaches 0. Okay. So I kind of want to just copy what I had before, right? But yeah, so we're gonna take this, take a signal delay. Man, there's no nice way to organize these wires. Decaying signal whenever source is 100. Okay. So you're always going to be affected. So we do want just to bias 100 into you. Okay, and so now we have our feedback. But what we want to do is do our attenuated that and add it into here. Okay, I just thought of a couple silly things I could do, so we're doing that. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is from you, we want to split. So we have multiple of you to work with. And you can go through here. I don't want to use the same color for the same thing. And here. And then we can just do this to account for when we're getting a new value. Wait, what is that? No, that has to come from after the sum. So wait, what else are you outputting? Right, yes, you're outputting into our output. Why are you not subtracting? Okay, let's step. Alright, so one is I need to have this one be the one that splits. Sure, that's fine. But it's 100. Ah, okay, so I need to store this whenever this is 100. Got it, got it. Okay. Alright, so problem 1 is that we need to move you over here. Move you over here and over here. Okay. Problem 2 is that we need to, after attenuating you, we need to store you. And we can just use our green as our gate. Okay, so I'm not capping it at 0, which is apparently a problem. What is happening there? Alright, so I need to cap you at 0. So, actually, before feeding into here, what I want to do is just do a max, an empty max. Okay, so that part's simple enough. Now let's look at the other issue. There was no other issue. Great. I'm guessing I was 2 worse than the optimal? I was. Good job. Looks like the group's still far away from you. You can continue your work, but keep watch on the radar. Alright, let's do one more level and then call it. Look sharp. The outsiders. They're here. Got it. I'm heading out front. Hello, stranger. We mean you no harm. Who are you? My name is Sophia Kaur. I'm the leader of this group. We heard your message on the radio. We've been wondering for many months now. If your message was sincere, then we'd like to join you and contribute in whatever way we can. If that's true, then you're welcome here. Thank you. We do not have much resources with us, but we do have our own set of modules you might find useful for your engineering and repair work. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Send signals from source 1, H time step. It's sent to a specific output channel. Update paired channel at regular intervals. Okay. Do I need new? I don't think I need new modules for this. I could have done this with the old modules. But either sending 1 to 4 volts or 2 sending a gate signal which advances it. Cool. Channel count 3, clock interval 3. Simple enough. You're that, you're the trigger. Output A, B. No, wait, hang on. You want me to wire it differently. You want me to output it, to wire it like that. No, you don't. What? You want the... You want it to be 312? No, you want it to be 1 what, huh? Why? Why does it start at B? Oh, no, it's because the clock is triggering it exactly once to start with. That's why. Okay, I was just overthinking it. And also underthinking it. I was incorrectly thinking it. Alright, we finished Act 2. That's as good an excuse as any to stop streaming. Thank you for watching. I am sleepy. And no one's in chat anymore. No one's been in chat for an hour. Blah. Can't raid with no one in chat.